On January 21st of this year, UNC Asheville and surrounding areas were hit by a snowstorm that dropped close to 10 inches of snow over 2 days. What helped influence this storm? Well, experts say El Nino had a huge factor in this epic storm.
Meteorologists say that the two storms that moved towards the area that weekend were becoming very intense. Because of this, an active subtropical jet had to be feeding energy into the storm, and this was a result of El Nino storm setup. So what exactly is El Nino? Corey Lee has more details.
Thanks, Karen. This image is brought to us by the National Weather Service office in Greenville, Spartanburg. Now, El Nino occurs when the Pacific Ocean waters along the equator get unusually warm. Typically, the strongest thunderstorms occur in the western Pacific Ocean, but the warmer waters cause the thunderstorms to push further east. During El Nino, these strong storms change the jet stream, which affects the weather around the world. Subtropical jets are more active during periods of El Nino, producing more storms and thus bringing more moisture up from the Gulf of Mexico to our area.
Meteorologists say in our region, El Nino typically brings much cooler and wetter weather. Usually the jet stream dips further south over the U.S., which makes it cooler and also puts us on a more common storm track from the Gulf Coast up to the northeast. However, the storm we saw in January didn't just happen because of El Nino. In fact, a lot of studies have shown that in general, winters tend to be more mild during El Nino, but that's when El Nino is acting alone. Sometimes we get other things that are going on at the same time, which is like we saw with this storm. This storm was much more rich in moisture and the Arctic Oscillation that brings cold air down from the north, making it the perfect setup for a winter storm. Now to Corey with more details on the perfect storm setup.
Thanks, Kelly. So this right here is a typical, more normal weather pattern. As you can see, the storms follow this red line. Now, as you can see, it's more on the northern side of our country, and us in Asheville, well, we're on the south end of that, which gives us more of the warmer weather type situations, like thunderstorms, heavy rain, stuff like that. Now, if we want more colder weather situations like snow, we need to set up more like this. We have more of a wave situated with your ridge in the west and your trough in the east. And that cold air digging southward from the north is really moving that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico up the eastern shore and bringing us those chances of snow and freezing rain and stuff like that we like to see. Back to you.
Meteorologists say these storms are extremely dependent on how much cold air is available. We're far south, so we need to rely on perfect timing to get major winter storms in Asheville, like what we saw the weekend of January 21st. Atmospheric science students from UNC Asheville launch weather balloons during precipitation events to better help understand different precipitation types over the mountains. These launches better help identify where the warm air in the atmosphere is during winter events. With southern storms, there are a lot of different types of precipitations that we can experience.
During the balloon launches the weekend of the 21st, some of the information provided from the students and the balloon launches made it into a discussion forecast from the National Weather Service's Greenville Spartanburg office and in a report on the Weather Channel. As for now, students are enjoying the warmer weather that we've seen this week, but they're ignoring the fact that snow could fall during the first day of spring this coming Sunday.